Good morning, everyone. Ooh, we've got a lot of energy in the room today. I love that. Just going to invite us all to come into the sanctuary, or if you're joining us as part of our online community, to find a seat. And we're going to stand and sing our first community song. Thank you, Marilyn Gale, for our beautiful start of our Sunday celebration here. Welcome again to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Karen Blakely. You can call me Rev K, and I am your host this morning. Whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary or you are part of our online community, I want you to know that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And so we like to tell everybody a little bit about who we are and what we believe. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. And we aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through practical applications of the teachings of the science of mind. Now, you may be saying to yourself, what are those teachings? And there are a lot of them, but we've boiled them down to 4 top things. So just real high level, what we believe is that all thought is creative and influential. If you're thinking it, you're already in the flow of manifesting that in your life. Number 2 is that there is only God, that everything we see, we hear, we feel, we taste, we touch, we experience in our lives, that is all God. and that anything that appears to be evil or devilishness is really just a lack of accepting that goodness into our lives, that it starts and stops here in our minds. And number 3, one of my favorite, is that everything is either a call for love or an expression of love. So I like to think about that when somebody cuts me off in traffic, or something at work happens that doesn't feel so skillful or in love, that it's really can be a call for love and to return to that place every time we need that it is right there inside of us. Which leads me to our 4th and final one for this morning, which is that right where you are, that there is a piece and a part of you that is whole, perfect, and complete. Never been hurt, never been touched, never been injured in any way, whole, perfect, and complete right now, right here in this very moment. Yes? Yeah. All right. And so we always have this slide to release our children, who always seem to be so excited to get back to children's church, that I think once again we have our children, or at least one child, back there already. But if there are any other little ones that want to join, that you could go back too. That's just fine. Yeah. Child or child at heart. I like it. All right. And then we also always love to welcome in our first-time guests. So if you are here for the first or even the second time and you are feeling comfortable, if you would just raise your hand so that we can celebrate you and just applause. Thank you, Heather. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us today. All right. And now I would like to invite Bonnie up for the lighting of our inclusion candle. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, and all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation seen and unseen. This candle reminds us of the light of spirit within each one of us. Yes, thank you, Bonnie. I also want to remind everyone that we are a praying community, and we love to pray. So let us pray with you when there is something that is on your heart, something that you'd like to manifest in your life, or even something you'd like to celebrate. And so in the back seat pockets, you'll find these lavender prayer request forms. And online, you can also follow the prompts on our website at sierracenter.org after the service. I don't want you to miss anything. And follow the prompts for the prayer requests, and one of our practitioners will reach out to you. For those of you who are here in the sanctuary today, Rev Lanny is our practitioner of the day and will be available for prayer after service. All right, and now I would like to invite up our board member, Jenny Lynn, for our announcements. We have a Jenny Lynn in the house. Jerry Lynn. I don't know why I'm calling you Jenny Lynn today. You have a new name.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. My name is Jerry Lynn, and I'm here to let you know what's happening in the community. If you're feeling a need for more connection in these uncertain times, feel free to join us with Reverend Julia on Zoom for connection, meditation, and affirmative prayer. Give yourself a spiritual boost every Wednesday from 5:45 to 6:30. Zoom link available on our website and calendar, or just scan the QR code in the foyer. Are you interested in becoming a member of Sierra Center? May 27th and the 29th from 5:30 to 7:30, we will be holding our next Foundations class for membership, an introduction to the background and basic principles of our Science of Mind philosophy. Cost is a love offering. All are welcome, even if you're not necessarily interested in becoming a member and would like to know more about our teachings, feel free to sign up in the foyer. First Sunday of the month, potluck and community update meeting. is June 1st. Bring a dish to share. There are vegan and gluten-free people here too, so keep them in mind. Sign up in the foyer. After the potluck on June 1st, join us for a healing and energizing experience using breath work and the kahuna practice of Ho'oponopono. Where'd he go? There he is. Participants will experience a deep release and reset using the incredible power of our breath. And this will be facilitated by Darshan from 1 to 3. Cost is a love offering. Sacred Dance Circle, Monday, June 2nd from 10:30 to noon in Condon Park. That is at 660 Minnie Street, Grass Valley. Please arrive at 10:15. Reservations are appreciated. We will have a booth at the Nevada County Pride Picnic Sunday, June 8th at noon in Condon Park. All are welcome to attend. We will also, what's the same one? We are supporting a summer solstice celebration on Friday, June 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Roth Estate in Nevada City. $15 to $25 suggested love offering. Bring your own lawn chair and items for the altar. That will be a fun event, I guarantee it. New class offering coming in June, Ready to Transform Your Life. This Science of Mind course based on Deepak Chopra's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success offers practical tools, video lessons, and interactive study to help you embody powerful principles, elevate your consciousness, and manifest personal fulfillment and success. Facilitated by Rev Julia. This class will be offered in person and online via Zoom, Saturdays from 10 to 12:30, June 21st to August 16th. Cost is $220 and payment plans are available. Save the date for June 29th after service. Join us for the workshop, Taming Your Inner Critic, facilitated by Rev Mitch. Learn to recognize when your inner critic is influencing your thoughts and holding you back, and what you can do about it. Cost is a love offering. To magnify our message, we are replacing our projector, which is in high need of a replacement. It is a tax-deductible donations that we are accepting through the end of May. So for the next week, we may get the projector if we can reach the 4,500 or 2,500 for a 100-inch TV. We are currently at $11.90 in donations. You can take an envelope out of the seat back and mark donations for projector on it and include it in the offering basket. Sacred service to our community is a powerful spiritual practice. Making coffee, putting out and bringing back signs, etc. Once a month or more is a powerful demonstration of caring for each other. Please connect with Chana for more details. And check out our community counter, which is located by the name tags in the foyer. You are welcome to put information on community events there, and also postings for past members, memorials, celebrations of life. And there should be a new one there today, so check that out on your way out. Info, flyers, and sign-up sheets for all classes and events are located in the foyer. You can Zoom links and details for our announcements and upcoming events in our weekly newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org. And a friendly reminder to shut your phones down for the rest of the service, and thank you. And welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's so important to remember to get everything on our website, because that's a lot of information. We have a lot of stuff going on, yes? Yeah, all right. Well, now I'd like to invite Marilyn Gale back up for another song. I think it's "And So It Is."
All the answers to every question, they come from within. Sing it with me now. All the answers to every question, they come from within. Sing it again. All the answers to every question, they come from within. Ask and you shall receive. I ask and I receive. And so it is. Ask and you shall receive. I ask and I receive. And so it is. I am spirit in expression. Change the slide, please. Oh, I am spirit in expression. This earth is my heaven. One more time. I am spirit in expression. This earth is my heaven. Behold, I am blessed. Behold, you are blessed. And so it is. Behold, I am blessed. Behold, you are blessed. And so it is. 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 Good morning, good morning. I'm Reverend Lanny Howard. I'm your practitioner today. And we begin with a sacred reading. And so I actually have two short readings from the Christian Bible. The first one is from John 10:10. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. And from Corinthians, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. And then I found this little poem, which I have to enlarge because it's very small. Wishing you a blessed day. A day in the presence of God, a day with those whom you love, a day with prayer and a song, its melody from above, a day with golden sunshine beaming upon your face, when the happy sparrow sings of God's amazing grace, a day of hope and faith with every joyful sound. May you have a blessed day with peace and love all around. And so it is. And I will now ring the bowl, and after each ringing, we will do an Om together, and then I will do that 3 times, and we will go into a 3-minute meditation. And of course, as the slide says, Om is not a symbol, it's a sound that is considered the primordial sound of the universe. And some have said the echo of the Big Bang. So we are resonating with the universe in this sound. Breathing in, I remember that which breathes me. That there is a power, an intelligence, an infinite love that created everything out of itself, that breathes my breath, that beats my heart, that circulates my blood, that transforms the energy of the manifest universe of food into energy in my body. And so I'm grateful to know that all of this and so much more is an active daily demonstration of the infinite nature of that infinite mind, that infinite knower, that infinite lover of life itself. And so I know that it is right here, right now, present in me, present in each and every one of us as incarnations of that life. And that each of us is here by divine appointment to open to a greater realization of that life. To see, to know, and to experience our oneness. To celebrate together in community the realization of good that is ours. And to look for the good and praise it everywhere. So I know that our people in service today are blessed and that they are doing a wonderful job and are blessing us by their service. And I'm grateful for our MC, Reverend Kay. I'm grateful for our speaker, Reverend David. And I'm grateful for the inspiration and the connection that we are making together today in that realization of that universal energy, that universal life, that universal good that is ours. And so with great gratitude for all that is unfolding in this very moment, with love and joy, release my word into the law, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this energy of blessing, of knowing, of realizing and recognizing, and makes it so. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is.
All right, and now we'll have another song here by beautiful Maryland. Thank you so much.
Singing a song as I'm flying along. I've got rows and rows and rows of lovely thoughts in my head. Yeah, I'm singing a song as I'm flying along, and I've got rows and rows and rows of lovely thoughts in my head. But that's not where I'm living. No, I'm not living in my head. That's not from where I'm giving. No, it's down in my heart, deep in my soul. Playing the game, I'm not living in shame. I'm not aching, I'm not faking, I'm not giving or taking blame. I've got a grateful heart. I see beauty and art in everything, oh, in everyone. I live in gratitude, create and adjust my attitude. Live for today, I cannot today I cannot lose. This is the moment. This is the time. This is just what it is. Let the light shine. Oh, let it shine. The road curves along as my heart fills with song. I've got love, joy, and happiness permeating my life. Today is a brand new start. I'm here to do my part, bringing grace and peace, inspiring harmony. Sing with me if you like. I live in gratitude, create and adjust my attitude. Live for today, I cannot lose. Once again, I live in gratitude, create and adjust my attitude. Live for today, I cannot lose. Singing a song as I'm flying along, and I've got rows and rows and rows of lovely thoughts in my head.
Thank you, thank you. Let's give it up again for Marilyn Gale. Yes. All right. What a great holiday weekend we're having. I'm so grateful for each one of you coming out, even on the holiday. Just turn to someone next to you and say, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right, reining it back in. It's always hard to let you guys go and then get it back in. I just love the sense of community that we have here. And it is now my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Reverend David Clark. David is the licensed affiliated minister of CSL Yolo. He is a musician, a blogger, an avid runner, and has traveled the world working in the software industry. The philosophies of the science of mind have helped him find a long sought-after sense of self-worth and empowerment that led him to achieve his dreams and do things he once thought were impossible, like losing 100 pounds and running 20-mile races. And most incredible of all, singing in public. Reverend David is a gifted speaker who illuminates complex spiritual concepts to reveal the eternal connection to God and to each other through his authenticity, compassion, and sense of humor. And it is my pleasure to also call him my colleague. Please help me give a warm Sierra CSL welcome to Reverend David Clark.
Thank you. Perfect. Well, here we are. The day has arrived. I've had this day circled on my calendar for a while. I've been very much looking forward to coming here. And I've been good friends with Mitch for several years now. And you all know Mitch. To know him is to love him. And we became fast friends. And so I'm just gratified to be speaking at a center where he's a spiritual director now. And I'm grateful. And I want to talk about gratitude today a little bit. And gratitude is awesome, right? Gratitude is great, and it has a lot of benefits, and there are some physical, tangible benefits that we can latch onto with gratitude. I'm just going to run down a couple of them in case you don't know. Increased happiness and positive mood when you're grateful. You have more satisfaction with life. You're less materialistic when you're grateful. You have better physical health. You have better sleep. You have lower levels of cellular inflammation. Yes. Hooray for science. You have greater resilience, and you're encouraged to develop patience, humility, and wisdom when you are in that state of gratitude. And so, as far as I know, there's only two ways to increase your gratitude. And we could all use an increase of gratitude, yes? Yes. But there's only two ways. Way number one is to be more grateful for things that you're already grateful for. That's one strategy. I don't know how to achieve this. I am very grateful for what I'm grateful for. You know, I know where my gratitude lies. But the other thing that we can do is increase the number of things for which we are grateful. Now, we can all do that. Find new things to be grateful for. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we've established that gratitude is great. But gratitude is limited because we can only tap into gratitude when we feel we've received something to be grateful for. Right? You got to be grateful for something to feel that sense of gratitude. So it's kind of tied to that. So wouldn't it be great if we could just tap into all of these great things that gratitude does for us at any time? We don't have to wait until we encounter something to be grateful for and then find it and name it. We can tap into it anytime we want to. And you may be asking yourself, well, Reverend David, how can we do that? And that's why I'm here. We're going to talk about it. So whenever I think about what I'm grateful for, I can't help but think about my blessings. Blessings, gratitude and blessings are like breathing and air. If you're breathing, it's because air is present. If you're grateful, it's because you have been blessed. You get the connection? So we can't separate the two. If you're grateful, you've been blessed. If you've been blessed, then you're grateful. So they go hand in hand. So about these blessings, you guys have heard that Irving Berlin song, Count Your Blessings Instead of Sheep. It comes around every Christmas, and we hear it a lot. And whenever I hear that, I automatically start running down the blessings that are in that I can think of in my mind. And the normal things pop up, you know, your friends, your family, fortunate events, things like that pop into your mind. And before long, we got a big list of things to be grateful for. Yes? But then I started to notice that there were times that I was not counting as blessed. There were some moments where I could say, oh, that wasn't a blessing. Right? And I don't count those moments. I kind of focus in on those blessings that I recognize. Rarely, if ever, I considered pain, loss, betrayal, boredom as blessed moments. But then I started to wonder, am I leaving some blessings on the table? Unknown, unacknowledged. Well, it's possible. And for that, I have a little story. When I was a kid, I was blessed enough to have parents that would take us to Disneyland every summer. Yes. Woo-hoo. And it may seem like my parents are wonderful, indulgent people, but they are not. They were not. They loved telling me no. It was the favorite thing. That was the favorite thing that they did. Anytime we go to the store, hey, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I go here? Can I go there? No. And I would get a no at all times. But during the summer, they saved their money, and they were able to take me and my brother down to L.A. to have this wonderful trip to Disneyland, which we look forward to every year. Now, I will say that it's been a while since I've been to Disneyland. The last time I was there, they took tickets. So you remember? You used to have to give them a ticket, and then the best tickets were what? Oh, you do know. I'm among friends. It's great. So, so it's been a while, but this was a real job for my parents and a real task for me and my brother as we were crammed into the back of my dad's Galaxy 500. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a Galaxy 500. Oh, you have? Okay. In the back of my dad's Galaxy 500 with our big giant cooler for sandwiches, because we ain't stopping. We don't stop to eat. You know, you want to eat, you get hungry, you open up that cooler, you get out a sandwich, and you eat. And you may be asking yourself, well, wait a minute, you have to go to the bathroom. Well, we got that covered. We don't have to stop to go to the bathroom. We've got an empty jug back there. It's got a good firm lid on it. You have to go. It's me and my brother. So we work it out. My dad is not stopping for anything. We went down there in one shot. And so on the way down there, me and my brother, who we didn't get along wonderfully back then, and we'd be fussing and fighting, and he's breathing on me, and he's touching me, and my parents. He's my older brother. I was the baby. And my mom would invariably threaten our lives and threaten us to pull over. And we never pulled over, thank God, because if we did ever pull over, I probably wouldn't be here standing talking to you now. But they were never forced to pull over. But we were fussing and fighting and all this other stuff, and so it was quite a journey to get there. And I could definitely call. Back then, I knew what my blessing was. Disneyland, right? That is my blessing. I would not call the journey to Disneyland a blessing, necessarily. It was a traumatic experience for me. But then I started to wonder, let's take a closer look at the experience itself. That blessing that is Disneyland, that was Disneyland to me, when did that start? When did my personal blessing start? The minute that we walked through the gates and I'm handed my book of tickets? When I was a kid, that's when it was for me. Soon I get my hand on those tickets and my mom said, okay, go ahead and we're gone. Me and my brother are gone. So as a kid, I can acknowledge, hey, that's when the blessing begins, is right now. But I also got a physical charge as we pulled through the gates of Disneyland. You got that big old archway. Well, they had it back then. I'm sure they have something like that now. A big giant archway that says, welcome to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. And we're pulling through, and I'm feeling it, right? I'm like, oh boy, it's happening. All we have to do is get parked. So you could say that the blessing starts there, at the gate, as soon as we pull in. Or it could be argued that, from a couple of miles away, on your way to Disneyland, back then, all you could see of Disneyland was the top of the Matterhorn. This big, giant mountain that is in the middle of suburbia. And you recognize it right off, and you see the tip of the Matterhorn, and you're like, oh boy, we're almost there, Eric, we're almost there. My brother's name is Eric. So maybe that's where the blessing started. As soon as we saw the Matterhorn, we knew that Disneyland was there, and then, oh boy, the blessing begins. But maybe it happened a little bit earlier than that. Maybe it happened when my parents told me that we were going to Disneyland. Boom! Blessing. Maybe it happened when my parents first got the notion to say, hey, you know what, we want to save up, we want to take these guys to Disneyland. You know, we don't do much during the year, we want to do this for the summer and just give them a great summer. Maybe my blessing started with that thought. Maybe we go back a little farther to the time that they first saw Disneyland. And they thought, man, if I had kids, I'm taking them there. That's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm going to do it, and by golly, I'm going to do it. And so maybe my blessing started before I was even born. Yeah? But it's possible. It's arguable. So we don't know where we are in life. We can only know two things. We can only know two things for absolute sure. But before I get to those two things, I want to mention something else. I'm getting ahead of myself. So as rough as the trip was, as difficult it was, as much as our lives were threatened, the entire trip was a blessing from beginning to end. It was just one long blessing. I recognize the blessing at the end, but now that I'm older, I can recognize the parts that led up to that blessing. None of that could have happened. The blessing that I had that was Disneyland could not have happened without all of the blessings in between, without all of those events that happened that brought me to Disneyland. So the blessings are tied. I can't have this blessing without going through this other blessing of the journey. Yeah? So that leads me to the two things that are always happening at all times. Either we are currently experiencing a blessing. You are acknowledging it. You're like, "Whoo, boy, I've been blessed. I'm in it. I'm feeling it." We're either there or we are on our way to our next blessing. Going down a blessed path. So we have our realized blessing and we have the journey to that blessing. Which one is more blessed? The journey or the destination? Well, it could be argued that they are equally blessed because you cannot have one without the other. If you have a journey, you must be headed somewhere. And if you have a destination, you have to journey there. So you can't have one without the other. So I can only conclude, if these two things are true, if we're either experiencing a blessing or we're on our way to a blessing, I can only conclude that we are always blessed. I don't know. I'm not great at math. But if we're doing the math, we can only conclude that we are in the middle of a blessing right now. Some of us are on a journey to a blessing. Some of us are experiencing a realized blessing right now. But either way, we are blessed. So, you remember that great feeling of gratitude that we could feel from just imagining a limited number of blessings. Now we can expand that. We can expand that because we just established no matter where we are on our journey right now, no matter where we are on our journey right now, we are blessed. We are blessed to be exactly where we are right now. So life is one infinite blessing. So what? The economy is still what it is. Politics is still what it is. There are still wars raging. There's still people that are hungry. My neighbor still lets his dog poop on my yard. Life still happens. Life still occurs. But we have found a secret that life is one continuous blessing. The benefit now is that infinite blessings also equal infinite gratitude. And we can be grateful for every moment of every day because we know our blessing. And so every breath that we take, every beat of our heart, we can be grateful for because it is blessed. And we have a rationale to explain that. This isn't just Pollyanna, oh yeah, you're blessed, you're blessed. No, we just proved it. Did we not? Scientifically, and you guys signed on to that. I heard all those yeses out there. So the benefit is now that we have a rationale and a practice that declares that we are not forsaken. We are not forsaken. We are not forgotten. We don't have to be, we are not unloved and unsupported. If you're in the midst of being showered with blessings, how can you claim that you are unloved? Because that's where our blessings come from, is love. So, I think I got a little bit of time. I'm going to tell you another story. Got time enough for another story? All right. This is a little bit about the origins of our love. The origins of our love and why we get to enjoy all these blessings and where they come from. And to learn this lesson, we journey out to the trails that are just around our house where we live. Heather, my lovely wife, has just had 2 knees replaced. Both knees. And yes, it is cause for rejoice. Because I don't know if you've ever had any knee problems. But they control your life. And so for years, we couldn't take walks together. I like the outdoors, and I like to run, and I like to, to be out there. And I would often see things that I'd want to share with her, but I couldn't bring her to where I was because of the knees that were preventing all of the nature that we could be consuming. And so after many, many years of debilitating knee pain, we got 2 new knees. Well, have knees will walk. And so we did. We put in a mile or 2 every day, walking around our house, and we found that, and this is something that I never found, but we found there's a huge creek and a little pond near the house. And as we were on a walk one day, someone said, there's beavers in that pond. And I'm like, no way. Right? I am the skeptic. No way there's no beavers in there. Yeah, there's beavers. And so we went to a place to go find the beavers. And what do you know? We found one. And it was a little beaver. Well, it was a big beaver. Beavers are kind of big. But it was a beaver, definitely. And he was setting about his business. Now, this beaver was, now when we saw the beaver, I'm like, honey, come here. There's a beaver down there. Come here. Right there. Look at it. That's a beaver. So this is us, right? We're getting stoked that we found this beaver, and we're trying to be careful, and we're trying to be quiet, and we're just looking at it. And you know how when you're looking at something like that, you're just loving, right? The love is beaming out of you. You love that creature, you love nature, you love each other. It's like, oh boy, we're experiencing something awesome. Look at. And so this beaver was doing beaver stuff. He had chewed a branch. He found a great branch, and he had chewed it off, and he was pulling it down to take it off to where he was going, right? But he couldn't get it loose from the tree that it was on. And so he was sitting there having a time. It was in his teeth, and he was like, kind of tugging, and just working away, and he could not figure it out. The whole time, Heather and I are like, and he couldn't figure it out. And then eventually, as he's tugging and pulling and fooling around, he looked up at us. And here's me and Heather. And he looks up at us, and he goes back to tugging and pulling, and looked up at us again, and we're still there. And then he kind of goes back into the bushes. It's like, let me get away from these people for a minute. Let's see if they just walk on. And it dawned on me at that point, and we let the blessed beaver go, and we went on our way, and we let him get back to work because he had a lot of work to do. And it dawned on me, you know what? That is how God looks at us. We're here going through our trials and tribulations. We're trying to work things out. Our car broke down. We're trying to figure out what to do with our daughters, with our sons, and with our jobs, and with the and this struggle of life. Just like that beaver was doing, he was doing his best to be a beaver. He was struggling. And all the while, God looks at us with all of that love, with all of that support, with all of those well wishes, beaming from God to each and every one of us. That's the great thing about being an infinite presence. You are everywhere all at once. So just as God is looking down, or looking across, or looking up, or looking over at me in delight, God is also looking at you, each and every one of you, intimately, knowing the workings of your heart, knowing you, knowing what you're going through, knowing who you are, and loving it. Just because you exist. Not because you said the magic words, not because you did the magic thing. No matter what you do, God is loving you. That's just the way it is. Now, I don't know if that beaver was, a jerk to his little beaver friends. Maybe he's the beaver that they don't like. I don't know. The only thing that I know is that beaver exists, and I love it. That's it. And so all the good that is within me, I want to bless that beaver with. And that is what God's impulse is for us. Every bit of good that God is imbued upon us, is shared with us, each and every one of us, at all times. So that is the basis of our infinite blessings. That's where they come from. They come from love. And they're constantly here. So we have a thing at my center that we do. It's called home play. And I don't call it homework because we're not working. We're just playing. But I want you to play with a few ideas. Okay? Are you with me? Yes. All right. So, number one, pick a blessing, any blessing. Pick a blessing in your life of the multitude that you have. Pick a realized blessing in your life. And now, do you all have a blessing? You all have a blessing in mind? Okay, now, take that blessing and trace its origin. Trace its origin up to the point to where you can say, that's a blessing. Right up to that point. Where did it come from? How did it get into your life? What did you have to go through to realize it, to get it? And trace it all the way back. All the happenstance, all the coincidences, all of those blessed moments, all of that blessed syncopation that had to occur to bring that one blessing to you. And then I ask, is it possible to embrace all of the twists and turns of that path and appreciate it all as a blessing as much as you appreciate that one realized blessing that we selected? Can we appreciate our entire journey just for this one blessing? So, I want to close with this. I want to just ask you to try to do that with another blessing and another blessing. And always remember that the love that is supporting you is the love that is supporting the universe. It's the love that keeps us in orbit around the sun. It's the love that has created galaxies and planets and stars across the universe. That is the love that you have at your disposal. That is the love that you have within you and around you. And you don't have to do a thing to earn it. It's yours. It's your birthright. Simply because you exist, love is yours. And we see that in evidence by our blessings which are infinite. So I leave you with that. Be thankful, be grateful for your entire life and your entire journey.
Thank you so much, Reverend David. We are very grateful for the blessing that is you. All right, and so let's say our affirmation together. I'm going to say it one time, and then we can say it all together. Gratitude flows through me as I recognize the infinite good in my life. Gratitude flows through me as I recognize the infinite good in my life. Yes. All right. And speaking of that good, we now get to move into our time of conscious giving. This is a spiritual practice where we get to stand in that space of the flow of giving and knowing that as we give, we receive tenfold. And so I just invite you to take whatever is yours to give this day, whether that is a blessing or a financial good, and we're going to hold it to our heart. There's going to be on the screen, too, all the different ways that you can give. You can do that online. You can scan a QR code. You can use cash or even old-fashioned checks. We take it all. All right, and then holding that gift to your heart, we'll say this prosperity affirmation together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Take it away, Marilyn.
All right. So this song is written about my experience here at this very center, and it goes pretty quick, so we're going to go through it twice. We laugh, we smile, we stay for a while. As a community, we have joy and are free. We listen and we share, we love and we care. We honor this world, and our good is unfurled. Together we stand in community, all hand in hand we are we. We pray and we grow, we learn and we know, all the best will show as we live in the flow. Together we stand in community, hand in hand we are we. Take it from the top. We laugh, we smile, we stay for a while. As a community, we have joy and are free. We listen and we share, we love and we care. We honor this world, and our good is unfurled. Together we stand in community, hand in hand we are we. We pray and we grow, we learn and we know, all the best will show as we live in the flow. Together we stand in community, hand in hand we are we. Together we stand, together we stand in community, hand in hand we are we.
Oh. And so we just bless every gift and every giver, knowing that money too is the energy of love, that it is going out to support the center and our community and beyond. Knowing that every dollar is in that flow of divine alignment. We just give great gratitude for the good, and knowing that it continues to abound in each of our lives and throughout this beautiful center. We simply call it good, and so very good, as we say together, and so it is. All right. And so speaking of all of the gratitude, now I have the opportunity to appreciate everybody that is here and everything that we have experienced today. And so I want to thank our ushers, Pat and Sue, today. Yes. Our candle lighter, Bonnie. Announcements from Jerry Lynn. Our streaming tech, we've got Anna and Gary, and then sound with Chana. Children's Church is also Jerry Lynn and Tony A. and our musician, Marilyn Gale. And again, our guest speaker, David Clark. And myself for hosting. I didn't get very many claps for that one. All right. So what are you taking away with you today? Oh, and I forgot Rev Lanny, too. See, I'm forgetting all of us. This is the hard part, I'm telling you. All right. So what are we taking away with us today? Gratitude. Blessings. Love. Community. Yes. Appreciation. Attitude. A smile. I love all of these. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring our kids in. Do we have some kids back there? You might need to nudge them a little bit if they aren't ready quite yet. Oh, they're okay. They're ready. Come on in.
I'm glad you came.
Can we tell them what your picture is all about? Do you want me to tell them? Okay, so here we have this beautiful heart for love. She really loves her grandma. And then you have stars, because she loves, what do you love doing at nighttime with your grandmother?
Watching the stars.
And then, who are your good friends?
My doggies.
Yeah. So we have that all together. And can we show them your necklaces? Yeah. She has 3 necklaces she made. One for her beautiful mother, her grandmother, and herself.
So let's say this all together for our children today. We see you. We love you. We're glad you're here. And we're here for you. Thank you so much. All right. All right. And then we're going to stand as we do our benediction. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called love. It is this thing called community. It is this thing called gratitude. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. All right, now we'll have our closing song.